It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Chiefs and the Silver and Black, and it's all up next.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Hi there everybody, thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard. And we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place, they always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep that defense honest.
Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And away we go at Allegiant Stadium. Tyreek McAllister now to return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're led out by someone amidst their second act as an NFL QB. He was a second-rounder back in 2013, Geno Smith.
When Geno Smith won Comeback Player of the Year, it was really hard to find another comp. You know, the NFL, we love to always compare and contrast guys from different eras or project them moving forward. But there just were not many stories like Geno Smith, who just waited and persevered a decade in the NFL before he flourished. But what came to life finally was just the arm strength, the accuracy, the playmaking ability that was there at West Virginia, and it just took some time and maybe a little love from Pete Carroll at that time to really elevate his confidence and elevate his game.
Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'd really break the backs of a defense.
And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Christian Fulton, the one to bring him down.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, Smith. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Vegas first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Back to the well again. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and that's good for a Raiders first.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Smith on first down. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Hand off to the back. And they had that one contained right at the line. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And this is picked up by the Chiefs. They have gotten the ball moving, Brock. We're seeing some progress on their debut possession.
They were following the script well, but of course, nobody scripts a turnover.
No, they don't. So does that totally erase the positives that they could otherwise take away from that opening drive?
Yes and no. I mean, every possession is such a premium in this league, but you do know we can move this ball. We just got to take better care of it.
So here are the Chiefs out on offense for their first drive. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Find me an offense that won't take that type of result every snap. Good execution, a quality gain, and it moved the sticks.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw, Mahomes. Has him on the quick hitter. He'll have him gain about a handful there. Elandon Roberts coming over for the hit. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainers heading out to take a look. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Runs into traffic and hits a wall, no gain. Devin White hauls him down. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. He's got him, that's Pacheco. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jacorian Bennett there for the tackle. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They'll motion a tight end left. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. All right, here we go, 2nd down. On target it to Worthy. And he's brought down after a short gain. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Putting the tight end in motion. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Offense going for it here. 4th and 5. They'll go. It's Mahomes. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. It's the end of the 1st in this AFC West showdown. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to Allegiant Stadium right after this. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Raiders in possession. They'll be set up with 3rd and only 1. Quick pass, right side, complete. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. A gain of a lone yard, but Brock, that's all they needed. 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They've got a man in motion. 1st down, Smith to throw. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Smith. Into traffic, complete. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They send a tight end in motion. They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
When you ask a lot of your defenders on that field, it is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Give now to the running back. Gets to space right side. And he's finally brought down at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it first and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on first. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal. Back-to-back carries here. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders get the game's first points here in the second. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now for the second time, we get a look at this Kansas City offense. Still in search of their first points as we work our way through the middle of this game. The score 7-0. They're out and set, first and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds his man Gray. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Tight end going in motion here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
You know, when we watch the combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Offense to the line for second down. They send the tight end in motion. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Trying again, following the sack. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And it'll be first down, Kansas City.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And now they have a 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Motioning the tight end now. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back him up. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. 1st and goal now 5 yards tougher after that penalty. Another throw for Mahomes. Quick slant complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, Mahomes to throw. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. Escapes the... And they will score! Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown! Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs tie this game 7-7. Butker on now to kick this one away. McAllister now to return. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Complete here to Bowers. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Trent McDuffie getting there for the stop.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Raiders moving quickly, trying to get set as the clock continues to run. He lofts it deep left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. From the gun, Smith. Complete beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds past midfield. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. And again, it's Smith. He throws a bullet down the right sideline. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he was able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Smith in the pistol. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it for the sideline and got it down to the 12 before going out. The Chiefs getting out there on offense one last time in this opening half. Backed up this far and with such little time left, Brock, you gotta imagine they're just gonna kneel this out. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. First down throw, Mahomes. Setting up the running back screen. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Still on the move, coming to the line for first and 10.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Out comes Kansas City. Its offense has it first to start quarter number 3. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Pacheco hauls it in. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Run from Pacheco to start the half. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Pistol now for Mahomes. Kelsey makes the catch. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. That one's incomplete over the middle. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
The Raiders back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Smith back to throw. Escapes out to the left. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. And that played good enough for a 1st. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. Smith on 1st down. He gets this to Michael Mayer. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Putting a receiver in motion. From the 46. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st down, Smith to throw. Finds him on the slant. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Handoff on 2nd and short. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
They've got first down from the 31. Hauled in left side. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 21. That's Mayer. He's got it. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Runs it in for the Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders grab the lead on their first series of the half. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He completes it in traffic. And he'll go down, we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Mahomes. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that.
Another throw for Mahomes. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. He's got him, that's Pacheco. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 28. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now they have 3rd and short. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
This one finds Kelsey. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Again, Mahomes to throw. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Man in motion here. Back to the air, Mahomes. That finds Hunt, complete. So this one on the defense. And he winds up out of bounds, but things not settled yet, so we've got a flag down. So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. So now, following the penalty, it's 1st and goal. Throwing again, Mahomes. He's got it! And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. He'll try to run with Pacheco. And he gets in, touchdown! The Chiefs now trail by just a point in the 4th. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Butker on now to kick this one away. Returning it from the 4. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Raiders returning their offense and this running back to the field. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
From the gun, Smith. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Smith. That's caught for the 1st. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On 1st down, they'll run. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Back to the well again. Works his way to the 35. And he'll finally be taken down at the 25. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course, but you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
They're now set for 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion right. 1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Has it at the 7. He has the touchdown. Well, this has definitely been a tight one throughout, Brock. So now that they've taken the lead, the question becomes, can they hold on to it?
And that question right there is one the defense has to answer. But this sure had the look of a drive where a coaching staff challenged that offense, saying, hey, we need a big drive from you guys right here. And sure enough, that offense delivers.
Yeah, no doubt. Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders break that tie and now lead by 7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. Still time to go, Brock, but that touchdown has them down now 7. They've got to find the end zone here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. A counter give here to Pacheco. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here's 2nd and 5. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. To the sideline and brought in by Worthy. And he's a yard or two shy of the 30 before going out. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Finds his man, Rice. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Vegas. Chiefs losing by 7. All right, set now, 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Mahomes. He's got it at the 6. Touchdown, Kansas City. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean into his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
In the 11th hour, now a point after try to tie this game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the 4th. Butker on now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it.
Hey, maybe in the end this return just gets lost in the shuffle when we recap things, Kate. But you surrender a lead in the 4th quarter and you feel that momentum being lost. That's exactly what excellent special teams do. they turn it around. It's why that third phase is coached and coached and coached, because you never know when your opportunity may arise. What a great return to begin this drive.
Here he is to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on second down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. To throw. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Chiefs are out once again. Their offense led by Patrick Mahomes. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Kelsey makes the catch. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Chiefs in the hurry-up, trying to get everyone to the line. Back to throw. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Now to throw. Kelsey's got it right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Now following the play, we see the medical staff hurrying out for an injured Raider. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. It's Pacheco again. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. The Raiders go a nickel on this third down. Right back to Pacheco. He's got the first with room to go inside the 20. Give him 13 on that play. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of him.
They'll go back to Pacheco on first. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. The defense takes its third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to first and goal.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for first and 10.
That one is good. And that, folks, is your game winner.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Big shot is hauled in. Feet are inbounds. Oh, what a play! So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. With Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs as we bid you farewell from Las Vegas.